Science. Hope Radowski, the education director, is here. And Hope, you probably get this all the time. Ag in our state, very, very important.
Yes.
And so when it comes down to kids' education, Gateway to Science is definitely there for them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so there's a couple exhibits throughout here that teach kids about farming, agriculture, even soil, which we came to visit a couple months ago.
Yes.
But now we have a life-size cow.
Yes, we do. So this is our cow, Dakota.
So sweet.
Dakota is our dairy cow, and she's actually modeled after a real cow in North Dakota, and so that's why it makes it especially wonderful to have her here, because she's such an amazing learning tool.
Yeah.
And so with all of this information, you can also see that she has a cow monitor on, and this is one of the tools that dairy farmers use to make sure that their cows are healthy and they're functioning in the way that they are supposed to. And so,
do you know what it measures per se?
Yes,
or is
we
it like
do.
heart rate and things like that?
So with our cow monitor specifically, we actually get to see with the kind of piece that you interact with for this exhibit. And so they're looking at rumination, which is the process of the stomach going through where it's like they regurgitate
they have
their
4
food.
stomachs.
They do.
So,
So the process of rumination is a really big indicator of how healthy the cow is. It also looks at how much the cow is moving, and so if it's laying down on the ground, it may not be as healthy as if it were up and moving around. It's also looking at its eating habits, and so if the cow is not eating, it's similar to how a person operates. If I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to be as healthy, and so we have to make sure that they're getting those proper nutrients as well.
Interesting.
So, for the exhibit itself, we are trying to determine if the cows are healthy or not, and so we're looking at these different markers. And so with our friend 6401, we can see that the trends are starting to trend downward, and so that is going to tell us we better go check on her. And so this is exactly what dairy farmers do. They use all of this information, but they can have it in the pocket or in their pocket with their phone. And so
it's probably a GPS at the end of the day.
Yes,
that's kind of what it is, but it's a tracker.
Exactly.
Okay, so everything's kind of going down, so that tells us our cow might be getting a little sick.
Exactly.
To
and
some
so
extent.
we got to check on her, and then we get to check on multiple different types of cows. And so we have another cow here, this one.
Kind of the same thing.
Kind of the same thing, so we're going to check on her. We were correct. She does look like she needs some attention, some nutrients.
I see.
But then you can see a healthy cow is going to have upward trends or more of those green indicators. And so she is happy and healthy.
Absolutely. Oh, I didn't know, I guess. So
I didn't either.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too, especially when you have so many dairy farms in the state of North Dakota. And then you have I don't even know if by cattle farms, the cow is produced for meat, I guess.
Exactly.
You know, different kinds of cattle. And I'm sure all cattle are tracked the same way. You
I would
need to
assume
know
so.
a cow's a cow at the end of the day. And so I think that's super important. And so as kids come to Gateway to Science, we can talk all about summer camps as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So even with our summer camps, we do a lot of agriculture as well. We've been working a lot with one of our sponsors, the sponsor of this exhibit actually, Undeniably Dairy and Midwest Dairy. And so if they do come to our summer camps, you can continue doing learning like this. But with summer camps, we have 11 weeks that run, and we start right after Memorial Day. We take a week off for the 4th of July, and then we go until the week before school starts. And so it's a great alternative for families to have students come and learn and have fun while doing so. And it's one of my favorite parts of our programming, because we get to really make those relationships with families and students and hopefully inspire the next generation of scientists.
What are the ages for these summer camps? Is it kindergarten through 8th grade?
We have rising 1st to rising 6th graders in our younger camp.
Got it.
But we also have 3 weeks of middle school camp, so that's going to be rising 7th to rising 9th graders. And we have an environmental camp, which we'll be learning about this at the end of June. The first week we're back in July is going to be a STEM adventure middle school camp, so just a variety of STEM. And then the last week of July, we are going to have an aerospace camp. So
fun.
all things flight, aviation, space, and so it should be a lot of fun.
And I know you have several exhibits across the Gateway to Science regarding those different topics, but is it also more that you get to do as a student kind of outside of the typical exhibit?
Very much so.
Okay.
And so it's a lot of hands-on learning, but we're in our classroom setting, and so we bring in professionals in the field. We have our amazing summer camp staff that come and help us teach. This year we're really focusing on building ramping up our education students, and
Yeah.
so it's going to be an amazing experience for our
We
our
love
kids.
it because we know we have future farmers,
Yes.
future ranchers in the making. Dakota, hi. Hope, thank you for coming, letting us come down here and
Thank you for joining
sharing the
me.
exhibits with us. Thank you, we appreciate it. In the meantime, we're going to return it back to more North Dakota Today after this.